ancient survivor, the rhinoceros. The Miocene epoch, some 17 million years ago, is when the rhinoceros first appeared. It is thought that the Hyracotherium, a tiny, canine-like creature that lived in the forests of North America, is where the rhino developed. Since then, the rhino has undergone significant change and has evolved into an intimidating creature with thick skin, a big horn, and a big body. One of the biggest terrestrial mammals in the world, the rhinoceros is a type of odd-toed ungulate that is indigenous to Africa and Asia. It is one of the 5 big 5 creatures, making it one of the most deadly to come across in the wild. Welcome to the Animal Channel, the one channel for all the interesting animal facts around the globe. Ready to dive in? Let's go! The rhinoceros is distinct from other animals due to its size, strength, and a variety of other special qualities. It can detect danger and locate food because of its keen sense of smell. It also has 2 horns on its head, comprised of the same protein called keratin that makes up our hair and nails. The horns are also employed to dig for food and water and for protection. Characteristics: the presence of 1 or 2 horns on the top of the snout, which are not real horns but instead are made of the fibrous protein keratin, which is also present in hair, distinguishes rhinoceroses from other species. The Sumatran rhinoceros, which is about 2.5 meters 8 feet long and 1.5 meters 5 feet high at the shoulder, and the white rhinoceros, which is about 4 meters 13 feet long and about 2 meters 7 feet high, are both huge rhinoceroses in the modern day. Larger species adults typically weigh 3 to 5 tons. Rhinoceroses are renowned for having thick skin that often folds into plate-like plates, particularly around the shoulders and thighs. Even the white rhinoceros, which tends to be paler than the others, are all gray or brown in color. With the exception of the Sumatran rhinoceros, they are largely or entirely hairless, save for the tail tip and ear fringes, while some extinct species had thick fur. The contemporary species has 3 short toes with broad, flat nails on the tips. Predators. Other than people, adult rhinoceros have no real predators in the wild. African wild dogs, hyenas, big cats, and crocodiles have all been known to prey on young rhinos. Rhinos are huge, fierce, and have a reputation for being tough, yet they are also quite vulnerable to poaching. They frequently visit water holes and can be easily killed while drinking. Global poaching rose as of December 2009, and efforts to safeguard rhinos are thought to be failing more and more frequently. According to the most alarming estimate, only 3% of poachers in Zimbabwe are effectively stopped, but Nepal has mostly evaded the catastrophe. The sophistication of poachers has increased. Officials in South Africa have demanded immediate action to stop poaching after criminals murdered the last female rhino in the Krugersdorp Game Reserve, which is close to Johannesburg. According to data from South African national parks, 333 rhinoceroses were killed there in 2010, rising to 668 by 2012, more than 1,004 in 2013, and more than 1,338 in 2015. In some circumstances, rhinos are given drugs and have their horns removed, while in other cases, more is taken than just the horn. After the final female rhino was slain in the Krugersdorp Game Reserve near Johannesburg by poachers, South African officials demanded immediate action to stop the practice. 5 types of rhino species: white rhinos, black rhinos, Indian rhinos, Javan rhinos, and Sumatran rhinos are the 5 species of rhinoceros that are still alive today. The most well-known rhino species are the white and black rhinos. However, each has a unique physical appearance. The white rhinos. The southern and northern white rhinoceros are the 2 subspecies of the white rhinoceros. The southern subspecies is the most numerous rhino subspecies in the world as of 2013, with a natural population of 20,405 individuals. Only 2 captive females of the extremely endangered northern subspecies are known to exist. The origin of the moniker white rhinoceros is unknown. The white rhinoceros's comparatively big head is supported by a noticeable muscular hump. This animal can be either slate gray or yellowish-brown color. The majority of its body hair is located on the tail bristles and ear fringes, with the remaining hair being dispersed very sparingly over the remainder of the body. White rhinos can graze using their distinctive flat, broad mouth. The black rhinoceros. To distinguish this species from the white rhinoceros, it was decided to give it the name black rhinoceros. Since the two species cannot really be distinguished by color, this can be perplexing. The black rhino has 4 subspecies: southwestern, which are better adapted to the arid and semi-arid savannas of Namibia, southern Angola, western Botswana, and western South Africa; East African, primarily in Tanzania; and West African, which was declared extinct in November 2011. South Central, the most numerous, once ranged from central Tanzania south through Zambia, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique to northern and eastern South Africa. The South African black rhino variant with a posterior horn that is equal to or longer than the anterior horn is known by the local Tswana name Kaitloa. The larger front horn, which is formed of keratin, is usually 50 cm long but can occasionally reach 140 cm. A third, smaller horn can occasionally grow. With a pointed tongue that it uses to grip leaves and twigs for feeding, the black rhino is significantly smaller than the white rhino. Their population drastically decreased in the second part of the 20th century, going from an estimated 70,000 in the late 1960s to a record low of 2,410 in 1995. Since then, there has been a steady rise in numbers across the continent, which doubled to 4,880 by the end of 2010. The numbers are still 90% lower than they were 3 generations ago as of 2008. The Indian rhinoceros. The bigger one-horned rhinoceros, often known as the Indian rhinoceros, has a single horn that is 20 to 60 centimeters long. Its size is comparable to that of an African white rhino. It seems armored because of the way its thick, silver-brown skin folds into the shoulder, back, and rump. It has very little body hair and wart-like lumps on its top legs and shoulders. In the wild, mature males weigh between 2,500 and 3,200 kilograms, which makes them larger than females. 1.75 to 2.0 meters at the shoulders. Females are 3 to 4 meters long and weigh around 1,900 kilograms. The specimen that set the record weighed close to 4,000 kilograms. Pakistan, Myanmar, and perhaps even some sections of China were once home to Indian rhinos. Due to humans, they are currently only found in a few protected locations in India, including Assam, West Bengal, a few pairs in Uttar Pradesh, and Nepal, as well as a pair that was reintroduced to Pakistan's Lal Suhanra National Park from Nepal. They are restricted to the woodlands and high meadows in the Himalayan foothills. In the Golaghat region of Assam, India's Kaziranga National Park is now home to 2/3 of the world's remaining Indian rhinoceroses. The Javan rhinoceros. One of the world's largest mammals in the most risk of extinction is the Javan rhinoceros. In Java, Indonesia, only 60 are thought to be alive as of 2015, and they are all still found in the wild. The least well-known rhino species is this one. The Javan rhinoceros has a single horn, just like the larger and closely related Indian rhinoceros. Its hazy gray, hairless skin forms folds into the shoulder, back, and rump, giving it the appearance of armor. Including the head, it can reach lengths of 3.1–3.2 meters and 1.5–1.7 meters. Adults are said to weigh between 900 and 1,400 kilograms or between 1,360 and 2,000 kilograms. While females' horns are knobby or completely missing, male horns can grow to a length of 26 cm. These animals enjoy areas with a lot of big floodplains, mud bogs, long grass, and reed beds in lull and rainforests. Despite formerly being common throughout Asia, they were on the verge of extinction by the 1930s in Nepal, India, Burma, Peninsular Malaysia, and Sumatra due to the alleged medicinal properties of their horns and blood. Only 58 to 61 people were still living in Ujung Kulon National Park in Java, Indonesia, as of 2015. Vietnamese poachers allegedly killed the last Javan rhino in Vietnam in 2011 for its horn. The last Javan rhinos are now found solely in Java. The Sumatran rhino. The smallest and hairiest rhinoceros species in existence is the Sumatran rhinoceros. In Borneo and Sumatra, it can be found at very high altitudes. Their populations have decreased, and they are now the second most endangered rhinoceros due to habitat destruction and poaching. It is estimated that only 275 Sumatran rhinos are left. The Sumatran rhinoceros proper, the Bornean rhinoceros, and the probably extinct northern Sumatran rhinoceros are the three subspecies of the Sumatran rhinoceros. Due to habitat degradation and unreported hunting, the Sumatran rhinoceros are in danger of going extinct. They were once widely distributed throughout Southeast Asia, but due to reproductive isolation, they are now restricted to a few regions of Indonesia and Malaysia. In 1995, there were 320 D. sumatrensis. By 2011, there were just 216 left. Through DNA comparison, it has been discovered that the Sumatran rhinoceros are the oldest living rhinos and are connected to the Coelodonta species of extinct Eurasian woolly rhinos. Alan Rabinowitz publicly criticized governments, NGOs, and other institutions in 1994 for failing to do enough to protect the Sumatran rhinoceros. They would need to transfer them from tiny woods to breeding programs that could track their reproductive performance in order to conserve it. The governments of Malaysia and Indonesia might also decide to swap gametes from the Sumatran and Bornean subspecies in order to increase reproduction. The governments of Indonesia and Malaysia have also suggested a single management organization for these two extinct subspecies. The rhino in Sumatra has been exterminated as a result of palm oil plantations that have destroyed its habitat. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment below. Turn on the notification bell to stay updated with our latest videos.